Hey everybody, Riot Mort here, and for today's video, I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to play some Hyperroll, and we're going to introduce Hyperroll. And with me today, you can't see him visually, but I am joined by the lead designer of Hyperroll, Ananda. So, Ananda, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey Mort, yeah, I'm Ananda Gupta. I'm a game designer here at Riot, and I'm really proud and excited that Hyperroll is going to be seen by players. It's on PBE, and I'm very excited that Mort is playing Hyperroll on this video today.
Nice. So, Hyperroll is our attempt to kind of make a quicker version of the game, because, if you have like a spare half an hour, you might not be able to get a TFT game in. But Hyperroll's meant to be a little quicker. Is that right, Ananda?
Yes, it is very dangerous because at Riot we have meetings just like everyone else, and if you have a half-hour break between meetings, regular standard TFT is a little too long, but I have found myself playing Hyperroll in between meetings, which is kind of dangerous for my productivity. But yes, that is the idea. We wanted to provide a mode of TFT that takes significantly less time to play. And so far, we're clocking in around 20 minutes, 19 minutes for Hyperroll games to get decided. We'll see how long we'll see how long it takes more to notch a first here.
That's the hope. I was just saying before
Yeah.
we started filming, I hope I don't embarrass myself with an eighth place. We'll have to see. So why don't you walk me through some of the changes immediately on the HUD, and I can point them out.
Yeah, so obviously one change is in the stage UI. You can see there's a little gray silhouette up next to the stage number, right to the left of the 1-2. That is in the first stage of Hyperroll. You don't take any damage because it's impossible for you to lose anyway, basically. But as soon as we transition over to stage 2, that's going to change. It's going to tell you how much damage your little legend's going to take when you lose a round. So yeah, now it's got that little blue 2 next to the stage indicator. And of course, 2 damage doesn't sound like very much until you see that Mort and everyone else has 20 health. We wanted to kind of bring down the health number and make it chunkier and a little more fraught, and so that's where that's one of the big differences. Now it's stage 2, and you'll notice that Mort is level 2 and has a team size 2, so just like in standard. But Mort doesn't have a buy XP button. Well, nobody does. In Hyperroll, you don't have a buy XP button. You can't buy XP. Instead, you will automatically level at the start of each stage. So just as he was level 2 in stage 2, Mort went up to level 3 at the beginning of stage 3, and you're always going to be the same level as every other player because it's automated. So those are the big visual changes on the HUD, and you'll see another one pretty soon as well.
Yeah, the nice thing here is too, because you don't have to worry about economy. Like, I can buy all these units and not have to think really about like what are the pros and cons here. It's just sort of like keep my options open, stay flexible. You can still save gold for later roll downs. It's not like you have to roll every turn. But like I said, a lot more options available here.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people. I mean, I've been watching some streams and seeing some people save money so that they can roll a lot in the later levels, and that's fine. That's valid. But of course, every loss matters a lot in Hyperroll, so there's some trade-offs to playing that way. I think the fact that you don't have to worry about interest and whether buying a unit is going to hurt your sort of long-term income in the game. I'm also hoping that people kind of feel more free to buy units and learn the set as it's new.
Yeah,
We'll,
so
we'll,
far it seems like a lot of people have been enjoying it as a learning experience just because, again, you don't have to worry about the economic side. It's like, let me try out all the different units and, ooh, early Coven. Oof.
yeah, that is an early Coven, and he's got Coven Leader Morgana there.
Yeah, I feel like I lose this one, but
I think I
hopefully
think
Renewer saves me, but I doubt it.
I think you're in trouble here, yeah,
Yeah.
because you're gonna get CC'd by.
Ooh, wait, wait,
Well,
wait.
maybe.
Renewer? Renewer? Nope. Oh, that was
No,
close.
almost. Yeah, that Hodge on LeBlanc
That was
was the
close.
difference maker there. Right, and
Oof.
of course, yeah, and so right, you're running Nightbringer Renewer with Vlad there, who who is quite a star in the early game here.
Oh, damn, I was really hoping for another Vlad here.
You should roll.
Debating it.
And going with the Curse Bramble Vest for the flat physical damage reduction.
Yep.
Get your frontline tanky caster going.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to create a Vlad here. Taking out the Lee Sin, I think, is a mistake, but hopefully some of the Hellion. Oh, then we get hit by Sunfire. God damn it.
Yeah.
1-star Vlad not gonna do it for me here.
Not gonna. Yeah, even with a little bit of itemization, he's right. And of course, Knights. Or I guess no,
early
I guess,
forgotten. Early forgotten.
We've got an early forgotten here, which because of the armor, right? Because forgotten gives armor, as I recall.
Ability power and spell power, but it's
okay.
He's just so much stronger than we are right now. Oh, there we go. We got my renewer back. Okay, so now I can switch back. I'm gonna get rid of these Hellions. I don't like the temptation of the Hellions here.
Yeah.
The big thing is Coven's kind of contested. I kind of want a Soraka here. Level 2, 30%. I think we'll wait a turn. I could roll once or twice. See if I can keep myself... Ooh, this is actually probably better.
That's better, yeah. That'll get your shields, get shield madness.
Yeah, hopefully at this point we can keep the shield going on the Vlad here. And keep him alive. Like I said, I'd love to get a Soraka game going here, but it's going to be tough. But again, Lux in particular does a lot of shielding here. And again, we always know we're up against someone of the same level. So it's kind of like keep your board strength high. But at the same time, player damage is only 2 right now, and it spikes pretty early, right?
Yeah, it's gonna go to 4 at the start of stage 5. So almost immediately here, actually. Like it's gonna tick up to 4 damage. Yeah, just when you get a little comfortable in that early game.
Yep.
Hyperroll will raise the stakes on you. Yeah, as you can see, just in time for Krugs, the damage has gone up to 4.
Now here's where, like, if we wanted to go Vlad, like, considering rolling down for Vlad at 5 before it gets too hard to hit is an option here. But at the same time, if you don't hit, it'll level for you, and you can't just sit here forever rolling forever. So,
right, yeah, it can sneak up on you, right? Because there's only 2 rounds in stage 5, and so that roll chance for those 1 costs is gonna start diving off a cliff.
Yep. I'm gonna see if I can hit it here. Although it's not looking great here.
Yeah, you only have.
Oh, there's
4
the
Vlad.
Soraka. I wanted to get the Soraka. Let's see if I can find a Mystic.
It's another Soraka.
Yeah.
It's another Lux. Okay. You are not getting any Vlads, though.
Okay, the nice thing here, though, is we did get Mystic, and I'm going to stop rolling, because we're not hitting the Vlads. Like, this isn't happening.
Right. Yeah, you've got no Vlads in, 5 rolls there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the game telling you something.
Yeah, I think at this point we'll switch to a Nightbringer and maybe go for like a late game Heimerdinger, for example, here.
Right.
Also, if we see LeBlanc, we can get Coven in, which would be a big upgrade as well.
Now, who would you make the Coven leader in that case? Would you stick with Vlad as the Coven leader for a little while and then...
Yeah, I think we go Vlad for a while.
And then pivot into just leave Morgana as the Coven leader.
Yeah, or even late game Heimerdinger.
Yeah, well, once you get him, he's a great Coven leader.
Yep. So, question for you here is, like, I think one of the things people are going to ask about is, like, how is this going to be balanced compared to the live game, right? Like, they're going to have kind of different balancing needs for sure.
Yeah.
So, like, what's our plan there?
So we obviously want Hyperroll to be balanced. Let's start there. As you said, they have different needs. It's one thing that we are emphatically not going for is the idea that they all have the same metagame, right? In other words, if their traits are, if a certain trait is really good in standard and is not very good in Hyperroll, that's okay. As long as there's no magic bullet, as long as it doesn't cross the line into a magic bullet for one mode but not the other. If a trait is a magic bullet in one but not the other, then we'll fix that. And because we hope that players will play both, we hope players will if players have a preferred mode, that's fine. If they want to play both, that's fine. But we really want to minimize the divergence in the data between the two. So we're going to try to have a light touch and stay away from stay away from things like dramatic champion differences between the two, right?
Right.
That's the goal. Honestly, Hyperroll, Hyperroll is kind of a new balance challenge for us because it's our first lab, and so we hope players will be patient as we figure it out. But we also want to meet their expectations around making sure that both modes are fun and kind of speak to the core TFT values, right? Of lots of different paths to victory, lots of different possible outcomes, tons and tons of combos to find. We want those values to be held in Hyperroll and in Standard, and in any future lab we would do.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try Sacrificial Redemption here to keep my team alive even longer. Yeah, with the Renewer, that should pump her back up. We only need one cast to the Morello here. I'm at the point where I'm like debating if I should get rid of the Vlad and move the items onto the Morgana.
Yeah, so here we have somebody who looks like they want to be in Skirmisher but haven't been able to hit it yet.
Yeah, I'm also saving for level 8 here so that we can find the Ivern to hit 4 Renewer.
Yeah, I'm saving for the Ivern. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And yeah, Ivern, of course, will massively increase your CC.
Yep. Nice. This is actually one of the favorite comps I've been running in our playtests, actually, is a lot of the Renewer power. Renewer and the Vlad tank end up being pretty fun.
Hey, Mort, could you, since you're on the chickens, could you click on Pang G down there, the person in the second to last? So if you look at Pang G there, you can see that their little legend health bar looks a little different.
Yeah.
That's a markup that we have in Hyperroll that that means they're one loss away from dying, right? So Hyperroll will tell you when you are one loss from elimination. And you can do the math, of course. You can see that Pang G has only 4 health, and up next to the stage UI that a loss will do 4 damage. But we we didn't want players to have to kind of bounce their eyes around there. So yeah, if you see that markup on you or your opponent, you know that elimination is near for a player.
Nice. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I need to hit some of these 2 stars. That's really messing me up here. I think I'm gonna go Lee Sin, actually. Protect the backline here. Not play this.
Well, that's problem is, so that means you're definitely committing to that Heimer route rather than a Nightbringer route for sure.
Yeah, I've got a lot of pairs going right now here, so this is where I get. Oh, and Soraka got jumped right on. That's not good.
Soraka,
here.
Yeah, that's not great because getting that redemption out of play is not good for you.
Yeah,
he's got a 3-star Lysandra there.
Oof. I think we're dead here. Gonna take 4 damage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. God, we can wait 2 more turns. If we wait 2 more turns, though, and we lose both, we're going to be down to 4 health. So I do think I need to at least hit something.
Yeah, you're in an interesting spot here with 12 health, right? Because that may look like 3 losses, but because you're on the last stage of the last round of stage 7, damage is going to go up to 6 in stage 8, and so Mort is actually you're only really 2 losses from elimination.
That's true.
Well, is that true? Actually, I guess you're 3 losses if one of them is right now.
Yep.
But obviously you don't want that.
All right, we're gonna switch to the Morgana, see if that helps us a bit more here. Should be bigger ults here.
Well, and your Soraka's alive, right? Like your Soraka's staying alive in this fight.
Yeah.
Jumped by some assassins, so that's gonna. The longer this goes on, the more that helps you here.
Yeah, I'm hoping these big Morgana casts are doing a ton of damage compared to the 1-star Vlad. So, and we're actually looking at a possibility of a 3-star Morgana here.
Yeah, outside shot there for sure, but...
Yeah, this way if we hit Heimerdinger, we can go back to the 4. But yeah, not hitting the Soraka pair also is putting us at a pretty big disadvantage here. Alright, now we're 8. I'm going to roll down. Oh, Bloodthirster, that helps us absolutely none.
No, that's not great, is it?
Oof. Okay, there's a Soraka at least.
Ugh.
Not looking hot here.
No, you're not hitting things.
I mean, part of this here is like, you know, you only have so much gold to spend, and I saved a bunch, but not enough, it seems. So, because we're really looking for an Ivern here, or, I mean, we could go for Nightbringer.
I mean, you've seen a bunch of forecasts in your shop, just not the one you want.
Yeah. True enough. Okay, there's the second Coven pair at least. Not looking good.
A Vel'Koz.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so now we can
Better for
go...
Lee Sin. No, I'm not sure you want to take out a 2-star Lee Sin, though, do you? Well, I guess for Daisy. Daisy's worth a lot there, yeah.
I think we're actually going to drop the Mystic here.
Oh, okay.
And my positioning's a little rough here, but at least it gives me someone to put the BT on.
Right.
And that way my Morgana, who's in front, gets the 4 Nightbringer.
Yeah.
So hopefully this ends up being strong enough.
That Draven's... You gotta do something about that Draven.
Yeah, I don't really have much back reach here, but thankfully it looks like...
Maybe Daisy will get him.
Yeah, okay,
No,
there...
She got more.
No, we got it, we got it.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Oh, and that kills him. Wow.
That eliminates him. Yeah, that eliminates that opponent. So,
okay, so everyone here is... So 1 life, 1 life, 1 life, 2 lives, and then we're at 2 lives also.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
So how come we went with 20 health instead of 10?
So, it's a... You know, I wish I could point to some very deep game design reason here, you know, or some, like, you know, it's homage towards Magic the Gathering or something. But part of the reason is that we have Teemo in this set, and Teemo costs health to buy, and at only 10 health, even if Teemo costs 1, he still costs too much. So, although it might seem a little inelegant, players 20 is still significantly different enough from 100 that it's a good reminder that you're playing a different mode. You know, Whitrock, who's been on your YouTube before, you know, asked me, like, why don't we just stick with 100? And he's not wrong. Like, that's not a terrible idea at all. Oh, okay, and you've eliminated another opponent.
Yep.
And my answer was it's that we need as many reminders as we can for players that they're in a different mode and that they're going to be playing a different style. Yep. And so that was why we're on 20 health. It gives us, you know, looking forward, it gives us a little more granularity, a little more chunkiness, or a little more fine control than a lower health total.
Yeah.
10 would certainly feel very desperate all the time.
Yep. So now we're in stage 9, and you notice now that we're level 9, it basically is going to end in this stage. Is that correct?
Yeah. In our playtests, I think we've only seen a couple even get to the end of stage 9, much less to stage 10. I'm sure players will figure out a way, but a 2-star Heimer. Didn't even see.
Yeah, the 2-star Heimer is real nice here.
Yeah.
Trying to debate what else to put in though. I should probably find a Mystic. Speaking of which, I can just do that. There we go. So now Heimer's our carry, Morgana's our tank. Coven leader, we should probably switch to Heimer instead of Morgana here. But shouldn't be too bad here. Now that we have Renewer, Heimer should get mana pretty quickly. And look at that. The tank's doing a lot of damage.
You might need... Yeah, so counter positioning against the A-bomb is something, but not even necessary here as you eliminate another opponent. Yeah, so...
they beat our Ghost. That's not looking good for us.
Yeah, that's right. And the fact that they have 1 health, are they running Teemo?
They are running Teemo. They have a 1-star Teemo and a Kled. We're going to have to position quite a bit differently here, I think.
I think you're right. And, yeah, they have to... right, so that team has to beat you twice before you beat them once. But as you said, the fact that they beat your Ghost has shown that they can, in fact, beat your team.
Yep. I think we're looking at something like this.
So one thing viewers may have noticed is that aside from the very beginning, there are no carousels in Hyperroll. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. There are no carousels. What made us decide to do that?
So there are a couple reasons. Carousels for one thing, they take a bunch of time in the game because they're a sequential draft mechanic, and so one of the ways in which we could save time, and
Oof.
we oh well there you
There we
go, that
go. First
positioning
place.
change. Yeah, good luck for you apparently.
Nice, nice. So
That is a
now
very appropriate little legend for you, Mort.
it is. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so let's talk about what happens here. You'll notice we have a rating system. I just gained 686 of it. So what does that mean?
So Hyperroll has a different rank system. We call it rated, or your hyper rating, and um, you'll gain you gain rating points and lose them for winning and losing games, just like you would in standard. You have some extra gains to get you going at the beginning in a sort of provisional game system, just like standard, but it's a little chunkier. You'll start out in gray as you are here, and then you can get into green, and then blue tier, and then purple tier, and then the highest rating tier is hyper tier, right? So that's where the top hyper role players will be once they've kind of shown their prove their quality, and it shows up in the lobby, and it shows up in the loading screen, and we're hoping that players will really enjoy a sort of competitive climb that is still nonetheless a little mellower than the standard league and TFT ranked system.
Right. Now, currently, like you said, there's no normal mode, right? It's literally just you queue up for hyper roll, and this number is going to increase. So no normal mode, or it's basically kind of only has ranked, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah. The only hyper rolls always has rated, but again, because there's less, there's fewer levels, right? You're not going through like 4 tiers of silver and then 4 tiers of gold. You just have a few categories. We're hoping it's just much more chill in that
Right.
respect.
Right. So I think one of the interesting things is, we've ended up on this mode, and we hope people enjoy it, and it's a shorter time. But as we were developing it, what were some of like the hardest decisions we kind of had to deal with?
Oh gosh. Well, so
Just like one or two good examples.
yeah, of course. Yeah. So one of the things, so like getting back to the carousels. You asked earlier about the carousels, and getting rid of the carousels was a hard decision, right? Because
Right.
carousels are a place where you see all of your all of your opponents all together. They're a catch-up mechanic, right? Where if you're lower in the standings, then you get kind of first crack at the items that are on display. But fundamentally, we needed to look at ways to get the game to be shorter. Ooh, interesting.
I know.
Early
Early
there.
Nocturne with a Kazakh start, I'm like, that screams assassin.
Yeah, that's promising. And so we knew that we didn't want to like TFT is a really great, like standard TFT is a really great game, right? We know that. We're very proud of it. We don't want to cut out any parts of it, right? We don't want to cut out the beginning, right? Because the beginning is fun as you build your team. We don't want to give you like an accelerated or on-ramped pre-baked team composition or whatever. We want you to still build your team. So we can't get rid of the beginning, right? We can't get rid of the end, right? The end
Right.
is where you're like max power. And it's we want to make sure that and like certain traits, for example, if you cut off if you like cut off the end of the game, then certain traits are just non-factors, right?
Yep.
And we don't want to cut out the middle, because the middle is kind of where you figure out a whole bunch of things, and where a lot of our most interesting champion choices are, right? Like at the end, we've got these awesome 4s and 4 costs and 5 costs, and we've got your sort of interesting 1 costs, but who are still 1 costs in terms of their complexity and power.
Right.
It's in that middle range. It's in that middle range where a lot of really interesting stuff happens. And so we didn't want to, and we certainly didn't want to shorten timers a lot, right? Because we don't want this to become an APM fest, or we don't want this to be about how fast you can click. We don't want the shopping phases to be shorter, so that you just have to think faster and click faster. So we had to look for places to shave off game time, and one of those was carousels.
Now, not to put us on the spot here, but it's always nice sometimes when we catch our mistakes. Oh, it just corrected. I was at 19 for a while, and now it's 18. So never mind. There's no bug. Haha, problem solved. So,
Yes. I'm, I saw that earlier. I saw something like that earlier where it decremented only partially, and it gets to the right place, but
yeah.
I'm you can't see me on the stream, but my eyebrows. Well, I have a raised eyebrow.
Yeah. I mean, day one of PB. It is what it is.
Right.
So,
That's what. Yeah. That's yeah. We always have to remind ourselves this is what PB is for, is finding these
yep.
these fun surprises.
Yeah. Now, again, I think we've kind of acknowledged that like Hyperroll probably doesn't have quite as much depth as the base TFT experience. But again, that's kind of the intention here, right? If you're somebody who's playing 500 games of TFT already, I think this is going to be not really your cup of tea. Maybe it is for like some fun. But if you're someone who's like learning the game or looking for some just quick have fun and enjoy kind of like the core of the game without all the economic stress, like this seems like a really fun mode for you.
Yeah, I think so that was like removing the or heavily dialing down the economic gameplay. It absolutely represents, a significant like reduction in that type of depth. The game does add more depth in other ways, right? Like you have to think. I think you think. I mean, obviously, very competitive and advanced players think hard about like roll percentage cutoffs and player health, and like how much damage they're likely to take in any given part of the game. But I think Hyperroll asks you to consider those things a little more, even when you're not quite at that competitive level.
Right.
However, but I think substantively you're right. Like there's the level of complexity. It's just a lot easier to play Hyperroll in a way that lets you just explore the set and find out what's going on and build a lot of different comps. And of course, because the games are so much shorter, if your ability to get reps on comps and like understand when, what the best comps within comps and what the best sort of intersections between traits are, you just have more chances to try that, right?
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like it ends up sort of being, people have asked me a lot for a training room, and I've been kind of adamant that like we're never going to release a training room. But I think this is probably as close as we're going to let you get, where it's just like remove the economy, try out some different stuff, and see how it goes. And so I think that is kind of a positive of this mode as well, that even some of the more hardcore players might be willing to come in here and lab a few things.
Yeah, and I hope that I hope that some amount of hardcore players will show us a level of skill expression in this that maybe even we weren't aware of.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll find out. We'll find out. That's one of the great things about finally getting this in front of players.
Yeah, for sure. I know so far it seems like, day one impressions are obviously a little quick, but we've seen, GV8 and a few others really kind of enjoying the mode so far, so that's been really cool to see.
Yep. Yeah, it has been. It has been. Let's see. Yeah, so I want to say a couple more things about rated mode.
Sure.
Or about ratings. So some players have asked, is Hyperroll going to have rated rewards, right?
Oh, right.
The answer is yes. We are absolutely going. If you finish in blue tier or higher, you'll get a reward kind of similar to standard mode based on which tier you finish in. So if you get to hyper, you'll get to rep a hyper tier reward, and that'll be fun. And oh god, got it. Oh, yes, new info set. Very very nice. So yeah, we'll be doing that on kind of the same cadence. We'll be Hyperroll will have probably bigger resets than when we change sets.
Right.
I should say at mid-season. Than standard will. We'll probably pull Hyperroll players down further because again, this is kind of a chill mode, and we want people to be able to kind of enjoy that climb back to their tier again. I think. And then we'll be giving out rewards for each stage, just like in standard.
I'm gonna lock this in early.
Yeah, get that Nocturne going.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this to be a Nocturne carry game. he can be a really powerful carry with the right items. So I'm being a little
Yeah.
greedy with my items here. But the Brawler frontline should buy him enough time and save up enough health, at least for the late game. So
Yeah, you need some attack. You want some attack speed on him, surely.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how. What's the best way to get to that attack speed? You just get a. I guess because he heals, you could try the Shadow Ginsu's on him.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see when we get our next batch of drops here. Oh god, we're not hitting anything though.
No, no. I
think
guess
I'll go
you
with
could
the
get
sword.
that cloak and
Oh yeah, the cloak would have been good for QS. You're right.
for QS on Nocturne, yeah, because anybody who needs to build up momentum like that wants some anti-CC.
Yeah, at least now we have the 4 assassin.
Yeah.
Alternatively, I've always liked Katarina as like a Morello applier too. So if we
Yeah.
don't hit anything in that regard, oh god, another sword. There's a GA at least. A Zeke's.
A Zeke's.
Zeke's isn't bad here.
Zeke's is not bad on your assassin build. No, not at all.
I think we can go with Zeke's. Yeah, let's go with Zeke's here.
Zeke's LeBlanc.
And yeah, I'm kind of rolling down on purpose here because again, there isn't really much negative to rolling down. We don't really need the gold for later. So,
I ran early in a Hyperroll game today. Earlier, I ran Morello on Rise.
oh, nice.
Who can he can really apply that spell to a lot of groups and get that burn going very effectively.
Gragas is off being a good frontline here, specifically with the Dawnbringer heal combined with his spell where he reduces damage by 50%. So it buys a lot of time for my assassins here.
Yeah. I was playing. I played Gragas. I got to in my very first PBE Hyperroll game, which was my very first PBE game. I backed into Dawnbringer and I ended up with a 3-star Gragas with the Shadow Gargoyle Stoneplate.
Oh, nice. Oh god. I think we take the bow here, and then hope for an upgrade to go with it. Because we can even go like RFC if we have to, but
yeah.
Don't need that. Don't need... I should not be chasing the sets. God damn it. I don't want to hit...
Oh, here you are.
I mean, the armor pen isn't bad here, but
No.
not really what we're looking for. Now, when do you know when you kind of stop getting items and when you want to merge those down?
So it's the same as in standard. When you've gotten to the Raptors, the Raptors are the last time you're going to get the Raptors are the last time you're going to get a component. Now, I will say that, of course, hiding in stage 10 is another shadow item round. So if anybody ever does get to stage 10,
oh wow, really?
Yeah, there is another shadow item round there, just as a reward for you folks.
Nice. Oh, there we go.
There you go. All right, Shadow Ginsu.
Yeah. So the big next step here would be getting Revenant turned on here. Could also go GA. Could also go Last Whisper. There's a bunch of options here.
Well, I think we'll see what you get and then.
Yep.
Yeah.
What other assassins do I need? Oh, Diana and Viego. Some hard ones to get here.
Earlier you had asked about some of the design challenges on Hyperroll, and one of the we talked about the carousels. One of them is getting the item flow right, as well.
Yeah.
So because the game is so accelerated, we definitely wanted to have more items earlier for players, and it took us at least what I found to be kind of a surprising amount of iteration to get that to where I think is a pretty good spot, in terms of not drowning you in items. Although players not expecting it may feel a little bit drowned in items at the beginning, but
right.
And we're still tuning some of that stuff, but and we'll be paying attention. But I think that getting the right flow of items, and then also getting it lined up with the fact that carousels were gone. Of course, the fact that we were building the armory, right? The fact that that was crucial to the success of Hyperroll, right? Where we're building the armory for Reckoning, and so having this system with its own custom UI and so forth to offer items to the player. That certainly made things a lot better. Oh, there's another Nocturne.
Yeah, I don't think we're going for
I don't know.
Nocturne or LeBlanc
Yeah.
here. Like, I can buy this. I was trying to hit the set before we hit level 8, but it doesn't look like that's
Right.
going to happen. And then the other thing was I was trying to find a Brawler if we got lucky. So now we're kind of in the bad situation where we don't have a ton of gold at the end. But we're in a very powerful state, and we've been beating everyone. Well, we haven't matched against the first place person,
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how that goes. I'll double check. Oh, God, that Gragas is tanky, but thankfully the LeBlanc's going to provide the CC. Oh, God. Keep it. There we go. Oh.
Oh.
It's going to be close.
That H.
Oh, so close. 4 damage we take there. That
4 damage
little unfortunate.
Yeah, but in that case, it didn't matter.
Oh, there we got a GA. That's perfect. So he's running 4 Brawler. Oh, he's running the Warwick, who is a little
He's
due for a
running
nerf.
5 Assassin. Do you need a spatula to hit 6 Assassin, or...?
No, I need Viego.
Oh, you have Viego, right.
Yeah, I'll probably end up selling these, so... Because we probably won't hit that. If we see a Volibear, obviously getting Revenant here would be massive.
Yes, yes. Volibear and Viego are the ones you're really looking out for.
That's a nice upgrade.
That doesn't hurt. Not one bit.
All right, we're going to roll it. Oh,
hello.
hello.
There we go.
Okay, so I think we just ditch set completely here. Run the 6 Assassin.
Yeah.
We can hold on to it for level 9. Let's see if we can 2-star Diana. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
one more
Viego
would be... Can we luck into one more?
Oh, there's your 2-star Diana.
Yeah, I'll take the 2-star Diana over Katarina here.
Yeah.
I probably should have sold the Nocturne, but... So now we have a... Oh, can we steal the Draven here? that would be sick. And... Oh, we just missed it. We just missed it.
Just died at... Yeah. So his Heimer is not going to be enough. All right.
Oh, and there he goes. Yeah.
All right. Your Nocturne top of the charts is 6,700.
Yeah, he's pretty strong here with the 6 Assassin, hitting real hard.
Right, that Infinity Edge is now pure damage. Or almost.
Yeah, because you're at 100% crit. 290% crit damage?
Yeah, that's pretty...
Oh, the Teemo, which I don't think we want.
So you'll notice Teemo in Hyperroll only costs 1 health.
Right.
Right, for obvious reasons. That puts him basically on par with standard mode.
I shouldn't have rolled down. I should have saved my gold. Oh, well. All right, let's see. If we were to capture anything, what do we want? We probably want this guy's Draven. That 3-star. Yeah, everything's on that side. So what I'll probably do is just move this over here.
Yeah. Yeah, saving your gold there was the right move because you're going to be on stage 9 next round, and you're not going to die this round even if you lose.
Yep. I would take the Kindred here. Yeah, I mean, we might get the Kindred here. We got the Kindred.
Okay.
The Warwick, though, the real test is if we can actually kill this Warwick.
I think you can.
It's not looking good.
No.
GA, though. GA. Oh, we took the Viego with the steal.
Big CC.
The Viego steal there was key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Last Whisper's pretty good here. Okay, so now that gives us our 3rd Brawler back. We're still looking for a Volibear here, though, to get Revenant going.
Right.
So.
Right, and obviously a 3rd Viego would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'd also take an Ivern if I see another one. I could drop Assassin and run 3 Revenant, because the gap between 2 and 3 Revenant is pretty big, and probably worth dropping some Assassins for.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what we can hit.
There's the Ivern.
Yep. Another Ivern. Okay, there we go. So what we'll do is we'll cut this. We'll cut this. We can probably cut another Assassin. Do I cut this?
You put in a...
Oh, I know what I do.
You cut the LeBlanc.
Yeah, we'll cut the LeBlanc. It is some CC, but now we have 3 Revenant, 4 Brawler, and 4 Assassin. My Volibear positioning was bad, but no big deal. I don't need that.
Yeah, you still have one. You still have one round to give.
Yep.
Okay, so you got his his 3-star Callista down once.
Yeah. We still have to go another one though, but we should have enough damage here. Yeah, we should have enough.
And she's targeting your Gragas, which is
nice.
Yeah. That was a ghost. It looks like.
Yeah. So I think we're down to 2 people. It's just us and the other really high rolling person here. We want to position better, as I mentioned. Although we can put the locket here. All right, roll down. There's the 2-star Ivern. That makes me more comfortable putting him up here.
You want the Zeke's on Viego?
No, I don't think so. I think having it on the Diana is probably fine.
Sorry, I meant
yeah,
like have him. Yeah.
I think the fact that you have the locket is enough here. So we'll have to see. We're on the wrong side, but now the Nocturne gets it anyway, so...
Right.
Yeah, he's just dead.
yeah, so you got the Draven first.
Yep. There's the Volibear stun. But again, we have Revenant and GA, so it is going to take him a long time to kill my Nocturne.
To eliminate, yeah.
As long as we can eventually get this Warwick. There we go. He doesn't get the reset there. Nice. Okay. All right, one more.
One more. So that team must now beat you twice before you beat him one more time. So that puts you in the driver's seat here, I think.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
There's the Viego. I think that ices it. If he didn't, because I don't think his team improved.
He's got a Viego also, but like the only thing he's going to steal from us is set.
Right.
Whoops. Almost screwed that up. But he's so positioned here, I want the Viego running back there, so... Let's see what Viego can grab. Oh, we took his Thresh.
Yeah. That could
nice.
be good.
Yeah, I think that's good for the CC here. The Warwick's already down. And yeah, look at this. It's like 8v1, and eventually...
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Bam. 2 firsts.
Yeah, 2 firsts on Hyperroll.
Nice.
Like
all right,
said,
well,
good luck.
Yeah, to close out the video, Ananda, is there anything you want to say to everybody?
I can't wait to hear what players think of Hyperroll, and I hope the players have a good time with. Oh, congratulations! Self-interrupting. Green tier, Mort. That's where you're gonna stay.
That's right. That's right.
that's your final tier. No, I can't wait to hear what players think. And we're working on it. Wow, there were a lot of people running Viego. We're actively working on it. Just like this is on PBE is where we learn a lot, where we learn the most and make the most improvements. So let us know what you think, and we'll be paying close attention. And if we've talked about players have asked, what is the plan for Hyperroll long term? And the answer, I think, is that it really depends on players, right?
Yeah, agree.
Right, like, we don't want to. We would love it if Hyperroll stayed around for more than a set, but if it stays around for one set, that's also fine. We'll figure out once we know more about the play patterns and how players are engaging with it. We'll know enough to make decisions about that.
Exactly. Okay, so yeah, like Ananda said, let us know what you think of Hyperroll. It'll at least be around for the entirety of both Reckoning and the mid-set expansion. So yeah, on behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching, and let us know. Give us all your PBE feedback. We love to hear it, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.